Hey, good evening, guys. Out here in a middle of a lightning storm here. We might have a little extra ambience to the conversation here tonight. I was thinking before I got on here, I was like, leading up to recording this video, I'm like, I wanted to have a few drinks, and I kind of kept it down to one. I was like, no, I gotta record this video tonight, so I don't be all slurring my words and stuff. So yeah, I guess it just shows to what the power of listening can do. Um, so I appreciate you guys keeping me sober. So yeah, um, just gonna go ahead and get right into it. I've been thinking about in my mind like what would the church's response be if I were to ask them what our purpose is. You know what I mean? Like, what's the church's purpose? And usually, I feel like the response always goes back to the Great Commission. As right before Jesus ascended to heaven, he said to the disciples, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I've commanded you, and behold, I am with you always to the end of the age." And that's in Matthew 28, by the way. But I just feel like I've never been satisfied with that answer, because it's almost like the answer is our intention is to multiply. That is our purpose, is to make more disciples. That's the purpose of the church. And I feel like when I hear that as a response, my immediate inclination and question is, but why? Like, there's got to be more. It's got to be deeper than that. It's like saying, oh, there's mosquitoes out here. It's like saying the purpose of life is to just have babies, make children, and sure, yeah, but to somebody that doesn't have any kids, that's not really a good response. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't compute. That doesn't add up. And you probably see where I'm going with this. To somebody who hasn't experienced the joy of leading people to God, or like nudging them in the right direction, like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to make disciples. Like, why? But in hindsight, like, now that I do have kids, um, I can see that being a reason to live. You know what I mean? Being a reason to face another day. Like, I think with my children, like, they, if I really get serious, like, what's my life all about? Like, well, it's a big portion of it's about them. You know what I mean? Like, I want them to do better than me. I want them to achieve things I wasn't able to achieve. Like, I look at my daughter right now, and like, man, how she's doing so good, man. Like, how at her age, like, I was already such a hot mess. Like, I was already smoking cigarettes and already sucked into porn, and like, I see her at her age, just like not living that life, and already she already has such a good opportunity in front of her, like, so much better. She's already off to such a better start than I was, like, going into middle school. And man, it just makes me so happy, man. Like, I feel like it gives my life so much meaning. And I can't think of a circumstance where, like, a parent is like jealous of their child. You know what I mean? Like, when my child succeeds, it's like I succeed. And I'm not some great leader or leader at all, to any stretch of the mind, but I do think about people who, like, have listened to me, and have heard me out on the things I've had to say about God, um, and how a lot of them have really just gone on to develop and really become better people than me. You know what I mean? And it feels good. It feels like I'm a part of that. Like, and those people tend to be very wise. You know, it takes a very wise person to not see me for the pile of dog crap that I am, and like to appreciate the fruit in the tree that is growing out of that dog crap. And like, there's actually a little bit in here that's good. Like, let me like chew on this, like chew up the meat and spit out the bones type thing. Like, there's something rich here. Let me take this and plant these seeds in my own garden. You know what I mean? And those people tend to be the wisest people in my life. The ones that are able to absorb the goodness that I have to offer, but not get deterred by the mess that is myself, and that I am still currently working on. But yeah, I just figured it kind of played into our conversation here, and it got me thinking about John 2 verses 1 through 10. And John 2, not John 1. Okay. On the third day there was a wedding at Cana in Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus also was invited to the wedding with his disciples. Sorry, it's kind of dark and it's hard for me to read right now. When the wine ran out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, what does that have to do with me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to his servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Now there were 6 stone water jars there were the Jewish rites of purification, each holding 20 or 30 gallons. Jesus said to the servants, "Fill the jars with water." And they filled them up to the brim. And he said to them, "Now draw some out and take it to the master of the feast." So they took it. When the master of the feast tasted the water had now become wine, and did not know where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew, the master of the feast called the bridegroom and said to him, "Everyone serves the good wine first, and when the people have drunk freely, then the poor wine. But you have kept the good wine until now." And I really appreciate the master's observation here, and like what God's up to, like just the hope that we got in front of us. You know what I mean? That the best is still yet to come. Like, I just think back at all those times that God has just shown up in big ways in my life, and I'm sure y'all can remember some of those times too, where it's just like he had exceeded all of our expectations. You know what I mean? And I just think about like what else he's got in store, and what else he's got in store for my kids, and like how they can even really taste things that are even better than what I've ever had or what I've ever achieved. It's just something to be excited about. You know what I mean? Like God fills us with a lot of hope for the future, and like we can rest assured as disciples that the best is yet to come. So yeah, those are my thoughts for today. Sorry if they're scattered everywhere. I could have probably found some better scriptures to tie that together, but yeah, until next time, bye.